Yep. Um, right, guys. Let's begin the session, guys. So I think most of you people have joined. Okay. So before starting the session, just give me a second, guys. Just before starting the session, yeah. So this is Vamsi Krishna, guys. This is Vamsi Krishna Gutula. I was a trainer for your whatever the course you have been joined here. So let me introduce myself, guys. At 2 minutes, I don't want to take much time here. Just a 2 minutes introduction regarding myself. So this is Vamsi Krishna Gutula. I'm almost all having somewhere around 22 plus years of experience in the software industry, guys. So it's a very almost all in the from the beginning of the software when so initially it was started in 2000. I started my career in 2003, guys. I completed my bachelor's in 2001, and I have started my career in 2003. So almost all as of now 22 plus years of experience. I have seen a variety of that means almost all technologies I have been worked, guys. I was not a programmer basically. I started my career in 2003 as a database programmer. So, like you know that, right? Database management systems like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, these type of different type of database management. And after working somewhere around 5 6 years in database management, I moved to database administration. I also have an expertise on database administration like security, backup and recover strategies, high availability concept, automation, scheduling. These are all my expertise on the database admin level, guys. And after that, I moved to business intelligence. What we in short we call it as BI. I worked on various business intelligence tools like Informatica, Cognos. I worked on business objects, Power BI. These are all my BI related technologies, guys. And after BI, almost all I worked on big data systems for a couple of years, almost all 4 years, a couple of 3 4 years. I worked on the big data systems, guys. Like you have heard about Hadoop, Spark. We have some kind of an big data systems. And from 2017, so almost all I'm having 8 years of experience on this data science field, guys. So almost all from the last 8 years, I'm working on various data science related areas like machine learning, deep learning, NLP, generative AI, prompt engineering, AI. So all these are going to be the different areas related to the data science related field, guys. And I was certified from, I done one certification program from IIIT Hyderabad in 2019 on advanced certified programming on then ANML from IIIT Hyderabad. You know that IIIT Hyderabad is the one of the top, which is going to be one of the top among the India. It is a top. It's an university. We can say that in terms of IT. Basically, there are a lot of research is going on data science, AI field. There is a lot of research is going on in IIITs, guys. And I also collaborated, mainly I was a freelancing trainer, collaborated with many of the training academies like DURGASOFT. Today you join Naresh Technologies, Stances, XLR, as a consultant trainer. And also I just handles various different types of corporate trainings. One of my recent training is at CGI. In the coming month also, I'm about to deliver one more training from July 15th. That is also at CGI itself. Deloitte, Future Ends, Analytics, and many more. These are my corporate level trainings experience, guys. So that's it, guys. This is about myself. So today is your first session here now. So I just want to start with some introduction part. So obviously, everyone is more excited nowadays to learn about something called as generative AI, isn't it? So simply in short, we are going to call it as Gen AI, or simply I'll call it as what we can call it as a Gen AI, generative AI, what we are going to call it as. So I'm using a digital pen, guys. I think you can see rarely so many people writes, but I'm using a digital pen, a digital which is going to be in writing pad also. It is from a company called as Wacom. Wacom is very well-known company for digital, this kind of an very high costly digital boards and all these things. They will manufacture them, guys. So I'm using that kind of an one such type of an this one, guys, and this is okay. So this is my technology wise I'm going to use it. So you will get a complete a feel like you are sitting in a class, guys. I write on whiteboard. This is looks like a whiteboard. I'm going to write. I'm not going to type anything on the. I don't type anything, guys. Typing is not that much comfortable. I can write freehand. I can write just like a whiteboard. I'm going to write it. So we'll get all the experience, like your experience will be like you are sitting in a classroom. Okay. So the first thing is nowadays generative AI. It was started from almost all I can see as generative AI. This has been became an one of the trending we can say trending technology or a trending word we can say from last almost all from the last 2 years. So many of the people are having a different opinions about this generative AI. So the different people thinks in a different way, guys. Absolutely, because there are not that much completely known about what is meaning of a generative AI. People also from last 2 years, people immediately starts joining immediately so many corporates and so many training academies. They started generative AI courses. So after joining, then people come to know that. So what is really generative AI? So it's how much it is going to be suitable for your with your experience and with your knowledge. So obviously everyone says that generative AI can be using a generative AI application is very easy, guys. But we are not using a generative AI application. We are developing a generative AI application. That's why we named this course as a Gen AI development. Okay. So developing a Gen AI application is different. Using a Gen AI application is different, guys. Okay. So there is a lot of differences there. So what I'm going to do, guys, to really understand what is generative AI, it will take a couple of classes, guys. At least 3-4 demos we are required, guys. So please attend my free demo sessions. Okay, there are going to be free demo sessions only, guys. So I'll take 3 to 4, which is going to be the demo sessions. I want to just make you understand what is generative AI, what is AI, what is generative AI, how there are different from the previous existing systems, and what is exactly this Gen AI applications are going to be there. Within first class, you cannot get an idea, guys. Within first class, you cannot get any idea about that. And one more thing is, guys, um, I'll tell you what are going to be the prerequisites if you want to learn Gen AI. I'll tell you what is going to be the prerequisites, whether you how much extent you require, how much extent you don't require, everything I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to explain all those particular concepts in this particular 3 to 4 demo classes. I'll explain them. So please attend. It's a free demos, guys. Okay, you can join free of cost. You need not to pay a single rupee for that. After these 3 or 4 demos completed, you will get an idea. So whether you are fit to this particular, whether you can fit to learn these Gen AI topic concepts or not. So do you have any prerequisites for that? How much extent it is required? So I'm going to discuss about all these things. Then you can take a decisions to whether to go ahead or not. But right now, no doubt, guys, generative AI is one of the latest, which is going to be the trending topic, guys. It's a completely trending topic, but how much job opportunities are there, what extent you have to learn, all these things I'll discuss it in the which is going to be in the coming classes, guys. Okay, so just I want to hear some few points from your side also, guys. 1 or 2 persons, not all of them. I think I can see somewhere around 18 participants have joined in this session right now. So I just want to hear some few points from anyone. I don't want to point out any particular person, but anyone, guys, can you please come forward and just introduce yourself? And just after that, what do you know about Gen AI? So can you just anyone, guys, can you please come forward and can you explain, like, can you just a few points about Gen AI? What do you know about the Gen AI from your side? Anyone from your side, guys, please. Anyone? Yes, guys, anyone, please come forward. It's open. It's an open discussion, guys. No one. Yes.
Okay, so myself Altaf,
Yes, Altaf. Yeah.
and regarding Gen AI, so Gen AI nothing but a generative AI. And
Mm,
for example, if you want something, or if you want to generate something through according to your requirement, then it is going to suggest new words, or it is going to generate images, audio,
mm.
depending on your requirements.
Okay. Okay. So do you have any prior knowledge of any AI or something like that? Do you have, that means at least not practical knowledge, at least do you know what is the previous AI systems and what is Gen AI systems difference?
No, I don't have that much
Okay.
knowledge.
Fine. Okay. No, no. Yes. Just what is your opinion? That's it. You have previous AI is there. So what is the difference between AI and Gen AI? Any idea? Okay, fine. No worries. Yes. Okay. Thanks, Altaf. Anyone else, guys? Anyone? Can you please come forward? Anyone? Just I want one more person to come forward. Anyone? No? Yes, Abdul. Yes, you can raise your hand. Yes, anyone. If you want, you can speak. You can unmute yourself and you can speak. Okay, fine. No problem. Okay, obviously, fine, guys. It's just an open discussion, guys. It is not any. I'm not going to discuss any implementation and all these things. What we can see. Okay, Abdul, you are unable to unmute yourself. Okay. Okay, fine. Leave it. Okay, does not matter. I think you're allowed to unmute. There is no problem with unmute yourself. Maybe some technical, it may be there. Okay, fine. Let's continue, guys. So actually, okay, fine. It will take a little bit time, guys. So today I'm not going to go more details into them. In coming classes, I'll discuss a little bit more. Absolutely. One of our participant has given some points about that generative AI, because the name itself is saying that generative AI. So I think you guys have heard about some different terminologies like AI. Okay, we have something called as an ML stands for machine learning. DL stands for which is going to be deep learning. NLP, which is going to be natural language processing. So currently, these are the actually whatever that has been from the last the few years what we can see from last 7-8 years what we can see AI, machine learning. After that, deep learning came. After that, NLP has came. NLP also has been become a very popular in the recent years, guys. I can say recently from the last, I can say 4 years, guys. From the last 4 years, almost all 4 to 5 years, I can say NLP has been one of the trending, guys. Extension to that NLP only. Now we are using something called as a generative AI, guys. So if you want to understand what is generative AI, first of all, we have to understand what is AI, because anyhow, all the terminologies within one day, if you try to you try to understand, guys, you'll get confused with that. So obviously, everyone is having a little bit confusion. So what is generative AI? Shall I learn the generative AI or not? So I'm not going at a very higher level, guys. So I'll tell you in a very basic level. I'm going to tell you, guys. I'll tell you the example. So first, I'll try to make you understand what is machine learning, first of all, guys. In a simple scenario, I'll tell you what is machine learning in a simple terminology, because I can clearly explain you the difference between the machine learning and generative AI. Machine learning is also part of our AI only, guys. If you see the hierarchy, AI, under the AI, you are going to have the machine learning. Under the machine learning, we have the deep learning. Under the deep learning, we have the generative AI, guys. This is a hierarchy, guys. If you say what is generative AI is a subset of deep learning. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Machine learning is a part of AI. So if you are learning generative AI means we are learning one part of your AI concept only, guys. If you're learning deep learning means we are learning one concept of AI only. We are going to be learning AI, ML, deep learning, generative AI. There are not 4 different subjects, guys. All of them are going to be hierarchy. AI, the top level, below the AI, ML, below the ML, deep learning below, we are having the generative AI. Up to 2 years back, we used to say that this is a hierarchy. But from 2 years, we are adding this one, guys. If you want, you can search in the internet. If you search, guys, what is AI versus generative AI, you will get the same hierarchy you are going to be getting, guys. I'll show you later. Okay. In a simple terminology, I'll tell you, guys, what is machine learning or what is deep learning. Machine learning or deep learning, both of them are same, guys. So coming to the machine learning and deep learning, let me tell you some small scenario, guys. For example, I'll take some images. Observe carefully, guys. I'll take some images, guys. I'll take some images here now. What is this images contains? The images are containing something like an, which is going to be some kind of an human faces. What is this images contain, guys? There is going to be the human, whatever the faces, the human facial images are there. It is containing some kind of an images of which is going to be human faces. I just written like this. It's not just like 4 or 5 images, guys. Maybe somewhere around, maybe it's maybe around 20,000 images I have with me, guys. And each and every image was labeled that whether this person in the image, the face, whatever the face that belongs to, whether it is a male or whether it is a female, that particular, it's what we are going to call it as, it's a label. What we are going to say that it is going to be some kind of a label images are there. So what is this label images, guys? These images contain some human faces labeled as, okay, this person in the image is a male, this person in the image is a female. I have some images with me. These, whatever the 20,000 images of human faces, you are giving it to some kind of a machine. We are giving it as an input, guys. What you are doing, guys? You are giving this particular as an input to the machines, guys. Now, what the machines will do is, guys, the machines are going to try to study. So, how to differentiate between a male and a female. So, how these images, that means they will learn. I already said that this is male, this is females. So, machine is going to learn something from that particular images. Like maybe the females are having a long hair, whereas the males are going to be having a short hair. And let us say something like females are going to they're going to have the earrings, they wear some earrings, or they may have some wear some jewelry, whereas females are not, males are not going to have any earrings. Maybe something it is going to learn, guys, something it is going to learn from that particular, whatever that particular images are there. That means what they will try to learn here is, they will try to learn how to differentiate a male from a female, or how to differentiate between a male versus which is going to be female. It will try to differentiate, it will try to learn something from the how to differentiate between a male and a female, guys. So this machine is now going to learn something about these particular images, and what this particular machine will do is how to differentiate between male and a female. The machine is going to learn, guys. Now, once the machine has learned how to differentiate male versus female, once if you give a new image, once if you give a new image, immediately this particular machine can tell you whether the person in that image is a male or whether the person in the image is a female. That means here the model or the machine was trained, or the machine has learned how to differentiate between a male and a female. They learn something from these images such a way that they want to do some kind of an, they can differentiate between a male and a female. That's why this type of machine, the machine has learned something from the data, guys. These type of models are nothing but what we are going to call them as, guys, they are called as, which is going to be discriminative, which is going to be models, what we are going to call it as, guys. You know what is meaning of discrimination, guys? Discrimination means they can separate the male and a female. So these models are trained such a way that they can separate, they can discriminate between a male and a female, guys. Not only that, it can be anything, guys. For example, let us talk about some kind of an the medical diagnosis reports, guys. Same example, in the place of human faces, let us imagine that it is going to be something like this, guys. Same images are same, but it is not human faces images. It is going to be something like in what we can see the medical reports, or some kind of a medical which is going to be scanning reports, guys. So it may be something like x-ray or a scanning reports will be there. So whether this report is positive, whether this report is negative, if you feed all these particular input to the machines, machines can immediately try to learn how to differentiate a positive diagnosis versus which is going to be negative diagnosis. The machines will learn something from the data, guys. That's why we call it as machine learning. Okay, what is deep learning and all these things I don't want to discuss. Deep learning is also one type of learning only, guys, but uses a little bit a higher level, which is going to be what they will be using there. Now, whenever a new report has been given, immediately the models will identify that whether that particular report is related to positive or whether the report is related to something like a negative, guys. Here also the same thing. The machine was trained to differentiate between whether it is a positive scanning report or whether it is a negative scanning report. These are all what we are going to call them as a discriminative models, guys. These are called as discriminative models. Then what is this generative AI models, guys? Generative AI models are also almost all very similar, guys. Almost all there are going to be very similar, guys. What is the similarity? I'll tell you, guys. Same images, see, guys, same images, guys. Let us say the human facial images only, we are talking about that. Whenever I'm talking about which is going to be the human facial images, and let us say that we also label them as this is male, this is female, this is a female, etc. We label them. Now I'm giving this data to which is going to be what type of models, guys? A generative AI models we are giving the data here. Yes, the generative AI models will learn. They also learn, guys, how to differentiate a male and a which is going to be female, guys. They also learn something from the data. Normal machine learning models or deep learning models. Let us say that this is ML or which is going to be DL models, guys. The machine learning and deep learning models comes under which is going to be what we can call it as a discriminative models, guys. It is what we can call it as a discriminative models. But these models, I'm talking about something called as a generative AI models or generative models, what we'll call it as. So what is this generative models are going to do, guys? Once if you feed this data to them, they also learns. They also learns, guys, to differentiate between. They also learn, okay, these are males and these are females. The model is going to learn something from the data. But after learning, after this generative AI model learns something from the data, you can't give any like a new report or a new image and ask the generative model, tell me whether it is a male or a female. But what you can ask is here is, you can ask, guys, can you, which is going to be draw a picture or draw an image, for example, draw an image of a female. Something, if you give this particular image, guys, draw an image of a female, then immediately this generative model is going to, what they will do, guys, it will generate a new which is going to be a female image. The generative AI models, they are going to generate a new female image. They will generate them, guys. Hope all of you understood the simple difference between a generative models or a discriminative models. These are what we are going to call it as. They are nothing but what we are going to call it as a generative models, guys. Both of them are trained, guys. Discriminative models and generative models both are trained. But discriminative models are just trying to identify generating a male and a female. Just an example, imagine, guys. For example, a small kid was there, small, a 2 years, 3 years kid was there. So how the person, how that kid will differentiate between a male and a female? When you ask them whether whether this person is a boy or a girl, so depending on maybe some kind of when the what type of dress they wear, or like something like their hair, something which is going to be the how that particular hair was there. So depending on that, they will learn something from that. So maybe they can differentiate between male and a female. They can easily differentiate it. But using that knowledge, they cannot draw a picture of, they may draw it, but perfectly they don't draw a picture of really which is going to be a male or a female. So both are trained, but only difference here is that discriminative models will only try to find out how to separate or how to which is discriminate between sorry, or how to differentiate between a male and a female. That is very easy. Looking at their hair or looking at their whatever the face colors or something like that, they can generate them. But this is not that much easy, guys. So for example, there is an artist is there. How the artist is going to draw a picture of a female, or how he is going to draw which is going to be picture of which is going to be a male. So he requires a lot of practice. He requires a lot of knowledge how to differentiate between a male and a female. That is not sufficient, guys. He also have to have the artistic skills also it is going to be required. So simple example to make you understand, guys, a discriminative models and a generative models. First, we have to understand this. Discriminative models are trained. They're also nothing but one kind of a training only, guys, which is basically trained to learn or which is basically trying to understand the difference between male and a female. Their responsibility is only that whenever we give an image to them, they have to just identify whether it is a male or a female, guys. That is what the discriminative models will do. What is the generative AI models are going to do, guys? Generative AI models can identify, or not only they will learn something about the gender, they also do a lot of things, guys. Simply not only this. For example, if you draw an image of a female, it will draw an image of which is going to be 25 years old. So it has to first of all learn how a 25 years person looks like, how a 50 years person looks like, or how a 100 years person looks like, or how a 5 years person looks like. something like this. Not only that, draw an image of 25 years old female, Indian female. So it has to know how the Indian female has to look like, how a which is going to be an US female looks like, or maybe some other which is going to be some other which is going to be countries of China, Chinese or Japanese females are going to look like. Or even we can say generate with which is going to be a smiling face. So it has to know that how the smiling face look like, or how a which is going to be a fear face is going to looks like, or how a which is going to be some kind of a sad face is going to looks like. So it has to learn lot of things. It simply not only just learn something about the how the female looks like, how a age, different age of females looks like, or how a with a different race of people are going to looks like, or different facial emotions are going to look like. So we have to feed all this data, then the machines can learn something from the data, guys. Both of them are AI models only, but one AI model is a discriminative model and another AI model is going to be a generative AI models. Just I'll show you with a simple example, guys. Let me open the Microsoft Copilot. Okay, just an example I'm talking about. Nothing I'm doing, guys. Just I'm uploading one small image to this. I'm uploading a small image to this particular, which is going to be, guys, just an example. Any image I'm going to give it. Just a minute once. I will give, for example, some image I'm giving here, guys. This is an image which I'm going to be uploading to the, I'm uploading to this. I'm asking the Copilot. So what is the gender of the person in the gender of the person in the above, in the image? For example, if I give like this, guys. So observe carefully what it is going to tell you. So if we can see that it is going to be something like what we can see is what is the gender of the person in the image? I can't say for certain what the person gender just by looking at the image. Visual clues like clothing, hairstyles, or body language can suggest the things, but they don't always reflect somebody's identity accurately. If there is something specific you are curious about in this photo, like details of the outfitting of the team branding, I'm happy to take a closer look. So it is unable to identify whether the person in the image is a male or a female. For example, I'm saying that I'm asking the same thing. Generate an image of let us say 25 years female, Indian female with which is going to be smiling face, which is going to be smiling face, guys. So I'm asking to generate a new image. Generate an image of 25 years old or 25 years old, I'll say 25 years old. Okay, Indian female with smiling face. So I'm asking it, guys. So it is internally generating. Just wait for a couple of minutes. We know that, right? So it is going to be generating an image of 25 years old Indian female with smiling face. Let us, which is going to be generate them. Maybe we can't say that. Sometimes it may generate, guys. Sometimes it may not be able to generate. We'll see them. We'll see them. Actually, we already tried this. It will generate, guys. It will generate it. I think already, if you want, I can show you earlier examples also. We have a lot of examples. We have it. We already done this practically. It's generating. It is generating, guys. Just wait for a couple of minutes. It is generating. It is an AI generated image, guys. It is not like a Google search. It will search in the internet and find out one person, any image which is going to be. This is completely an AI generated image, guys. This person does not, that means this kind of a person does not exist at all. For example, let us ask for the 5 years old or a 10 years old, I'll ask it. Whenever I'm asking which is going to be 10 years old female, for example, let me ask it to which is going to be 10 years female, guys. Let me give the input as an 10 years image. Let us go for the implementation. It's unable to generating. Okay, got it. It's letting. Okay, otherwise I'll repeat the same question. I'll repeat it, guys, which is going to be nothing but what I'll say. I'm asking you to generate, which is going to be a 10 years old. I'm asking to generate it, guys. Let me generate, which is going to be 10 years. 10 years old, which is an Indian female with smiling face. let us wait for some time. Just wait for a couple of minutes, guys. Previously also we done it. Previously also, if you want, I'll show you the previously whatever we have done. I'll show you the examples also. It is generating. Please wait for a couple of minutes. Yes, guys, just wait for a couple of minutes. Right. If you can observe carefully, guys, it has generated another image. If you want, you can give this input to Google search or something like that and try to search for this particular image, guys. So if you can observe carefully, this is completely an AI generated images, guys. This person does not exist at all. If you want, you can copy this image and go to the Google search or something like that and just give it there, guys. And which is going to be give it there and try to search this particular image, whatever the image I have given there. So try to give that particular image here. And what you do is, guys, and ask it to search for that particular image, guys. You try to search for that particular image, guys. That particular image does not exist at all. The image is not going to be, does not exist at all, guys. Okay. Otherwise, you save it and just what you do is, guys, upload the file and try to search it, guys. You save the file and just upload it to this particular Google search. It cannot generate, it cannot find out that kind of an image, guys. See there? It is going to be, if you observe carefully, the same color of the dress, if you can observe carefully, same color of the dress, which is going to be almost all the features are same. The image features are going to be just the face features and everything is almost all same, guys. Only thing is it has been generated at 10 years old and which is going to be a 25 years old generation. It has been taken place. So how it is able to differentiate them, guys? So how this co-pilot or something like this, how it knows that this is going to be a female image. It is completely a new image, guys. If you want, you can download it. As I said that, no, guys, just download it, guys, and save it on my desktop. Let me save it on my desktop, guys. Let me save it on my desktop, guys. Previously, we have already done this, guys. Already I have some images on my desktop. So what you do is, guys, open some kind of a Google search or something like that. And what you do is upload this particular image, guys. Where is the file? It is on my desktop. It is on my desktop, 25 years, which is going to be the Indian image. So I given that particular image and I'm asking you to, which is going to be search, guys. It is going to be, I'm asking this is going to be search, guys. So it cannot identify, guys. It can't, it is unable to search, guys. No matches for your search. Observe carefully, no matches it is searching, guys. Why? Because it is unable to, which is going to be find that kind of a person in the real existence. It is not existing, guys. The image does not exist at all. If you want, you can search, give your own image and you try to search, guys. If you give the same image and go for example, upload an image. I am uploading some other images here, guys. Like for example, I have some images with me. Like just now I have said that, no, guys, I'm going to be uploading some image of Virat Kohli. So I'm just given the image and ask it generated a lot of images, guys. Because this image exists in reality. This image is existing in reality, guys. So see, exactly it is going to be generating a lot of images related to the person like Virat Kohli. It was generated, guys, because it knows that. But coming to this particular kind of an image, it does not know that, guys. Upload any kind of a file. For example, just an example, I'm just giving some random image, guys. Just a random image I have given and ask it to search, guys. Yes, it was able to search some images. It is going to be able to search some images, guys. So who is this person? Maybe it is coming from Facebook or it may come from some other. It is going to be getting some kind of an images it was able to do. But whatever the image just now I have given, this image, if I give this, system was unable to identify that. Once again, I'm giving, guys, 25 years old Indian image. If I give it to the Google search, it was unable to find any such kind of a person in the real world. Why? Because it is an AI generated image, guys. Hope you understood, guys, what is the difference between a generative models and which is going to be something called as a discriminative models. So both of them are going to be part of our AI models. But AI models or whatever the machine learning models or deep learning models, whatever we are using up to now, they are comes under something called as an discriminative models. They are trained only to differentiate between a male and a female. So generative AI is nothing but they are trained to generate some kind of a new content it can generate, guys. It can generate some kind of an which is going to be, so the name itself is saying that generative models. So they can generate some kind of a new content they will be generating, guys. What kind of content they can generate? So new content means they can generate some kind of a text. So ask a which is going to be generative AI model, some write some article. So write some kind of an which is going to be article on something, maybe on anything we can, I want to add some, I want to write some article on that. So let us say that I said that write some article on, for example, pizza. So what will happen, guys? You know that it is going to be, it will generate some text based on that particular pizza. It is going to generate it. But how it is writing this article? Because this particular generative models are trained with some kind of an text data they was generated, guys. They are trained on some textual data to generate some kind of an which is going to be some how to generate some kind of a text on that it is capable to generate. Not only text, just now we have seen it can generate images. It can generate some kind of an AI. We have already seen, guys. A lot of trend is going on in the which is going to be in the internet, guys. A lot of which is YouTube videos. A lot of which is going to be the YouTube shorts. So completely generating some kind of a videos with some. We have seen that. So Elon Musk is speaking, or something like an it's Donald Trump is speaking. They're all completely AI generated videos, guys. Text, images, videos, even not only that, even audio, anything they can generate, guys. That is what basically the generative AI models are there. So generative AI models are also trained. They're also require some kind of a training is required. So don't think that directly they will generate some data. First of all, we have to train them with some kind of a textual data or some images or some with videos or some audios. And based on that, what they can do is, guys, the generative AI models are basically used to generate, which is going to be some kind of a new content. So understanding the past data, guys, they can generate some kind of a new content it is going to generate, guys. That is what basically the generative AI models talks about. Okay. So a lot of things are there, guys, but mostly as of now, guys, as of now, most of the which is going to be these particular generative AI models is mainly generating some kind of a text, guys. They are trained with a very huge volumes of which is large volume of textual data. That's why these models are nothing but what we are going to call it as LLMs, large language models. So what are these large language models, guys? Large language models are nothing but the models which are mainly trained with the textual data. Your chat GPT, your Google Gemini, or whatever I'm using, Microsoft Copilot. We know that, guys, these are all going to be some kind of an LLM models, what we are going to call it as. Mainly they are trained to generate a textual data it is going to generate, guys. So how the chat GPT application is working. So whenever we are giving some query, how kind of a chatbot kind of an application, it is replying to you. Same like that. See, what is your chat GPT can do, guys? Chat GPT can do any kind of an which is going to be generalized. If you ask any question, it will answer the question, guys. For example, in a company, for example, let us say that in a company, I want to develop a kind of an chat GPT kind of an application like, which is like a Q&A, whatever it may be. So for example, I want to just later I'll discuss about a lot of use cases, guys. So how to apply, for example, a new person has joined in the company, a fresher. So if the person want to, the employee want to know how to apply for leave. So whenever he want to ask this question, generally what the employee will do, either they will contact the HR team or they will contact the which is going to be their managers. So how to apply for leave. So instead of that one, for example, if that company has developed a such kind of an LLM machine, LLM model, so what they will do, guys, this person or this employee will ask the LLM model. The LLM model is going to tells you how to apply the which is going to be leave in that particular company or whatever the leave policies are there. All these things the LLM model is going to develop, guys. So companies are nowadays they are developing this kind of an the internal LLM models that are developing, guys. Normally, I think you know that whenever any fresh graduates joins in a company, immediately they will conduct an induction program. For all the new joiners, they will conduct an induction program. One day. So this is how we have to apply. These are the policies. These are the rules. Okay. One day completely somebody has to assign to that. A lot of which is going to be management should be done. All these things. But nowadays, what the companies are doing, guys, directly they are saying that we don't conduct any induction programs. Anything you ask, anything you want, we have an LLM model is there, just like our ChatGPT. So you just ask them. So directly it is going to. So we will develop such kind of an which is going to be LLM models for our internal specific particular domain or a particular company or a specific purpose. We are going to create them. Chat GPTs are generalized, guys. Whatever we are going to be creating is for a specific company or specific, let us say that a chatbot on a particular product, we are going to be working on that. So this kind of an application we are going to learn in our actual training program. I'll tell you guys what are the different use cases and what we are going to learn in our class, in our training. I'll tell you all those particular application, guys. Okay. So don't worry about all these things. So slowly, just today, my first introduction class, guys. That's why I didn't started with any much implementation also. Just what is a discriminative model and what is going to be generative models. So discriminative models are trained to differentiate between a male or a female or a positive or a negative. But whereas the generative AI models or generative models are also trained models only, but they are capable to generate some kind of a new content they will be generating, guys. So if I ask you to draw an image, you can draw it. Or if you ask you to write an article based on a particular concept, they can write it. Or if you ask you to generate a video, they can generate. Or if you ask you to generate an audio, they can generate. But how it is done? It is done completely based on the pre-training. Already it has been learned, guys. It has already learned something about the images, the videos, audios, textual data. It has learned something from the data, guys. So that is the way how they will generate some kind of a new content, guys. So that is the basic difference between the traditional, the previous AI systems and whatever the generative AI models, what we are going to talk about, guys. Okay. So that's it, guys. That's it for the which is going to be today's class from my side. And obviously, everyone has a lot of questions, guys, because this is a new topic, new content. It's a new what we can say. Completely, everything is new, guys. So anyhow, obviously, one of the question already I expected, that is nothing but what is the prerequisites for this course, guys. So frankly speaking, guys, anyhow, it is little bit early to discuss, and everyone don't worry about this, guys. My recommendation is you have to have some basic knowledge of. Basic means it may not be any practical implementation. First important is, guys, you have to first of all understand what is first of all a machine learning models. What is ML and what is DL, you have to know, guys. Obviously, some people says that, sir, we never learn ML. We learn anything about DL. We don't have any idea about that. Can you learn deep generative AI models? Yes, possible, guys, because we don't develop any kind of an which is going to be application from the scratch. We don't develop any application starting from the scratch, guys. There are some pre-trained models will be there. We'll take that particular simple, guys. There are going to be some pre-trained models are going to be there, guys. A pre-trained models. There are so many different types of pre-trained models are going to be there, guys. We'll see what are those particular pre-trained models. Obviously, we'll take the lot of pre-trained models from OpenAI. Okay, and we are going to be taking something from the which is going to be Llama. So there are so many pre-trained models are going to be there, guys. We'll take the pre-trained models, simply fine-tune them, and we have to use it. That is what the generative AI models will do, guys. There are so many different types of which is going to be, we have a different type of open source models are there. So OpenAI, Llama, which is going to be Gemini. We have a lot of different types of models are there, guys. We'll take them, we'll fine-tune them, and we are going to utilize them. So a little bit of ML and DL is required, guys. Sir, we don't have any knowledge, zero knowledge. Don't worry. You have to know only the understanding, not implementation, guys. You have to understand only the conceptual understanding of how the machine learning and how the deep learning models are going to work, guys. Why? Because These generative AI models is going to be based on a concept called as transformers. It is nothing but what we are going to call it as transformers. Transformers is a part of deep learning. If you know how you know to understand what is transformers, what is implementation of transformers, all these are unnecessary, guys. I have seen many of the trainers teaching all the concepts of transformers. It is not that much easy to learn transformers, guys. Without knowing what is neural network, understanding, we cannot understand transformers. Without knowing what is machine learning, you cannot understand deep learning. So that's why I'm saying that implementation wise, it is not required, guys. Just we have to understand what is transformers, how it will work. That I will take care about that. So maximum, the prerequisites I will say is a little bit. That means even if you have the idea, if you don't have the idea, does not matter. If you are having the capability to understand, once if I explain the concept, see, normal, I have a classes on machine learning, data science classes will be there. There will be teaching all the machine learning models, what is going to be the deep learning models. It takes a lot of time, guys. 6 months, it is requires a lot of 6 months of training is required, guys. So here it is not required that much of training. Just it is a conceptual understanding. What are transformers? What are machine learning models? What are deep learning models? So NLP will discuss practically. We'll always start with the basics of NLP from the initially from the first classes. A little bit of Python. I'm going to take care about all these things, guys. Only prerequisite I'm saying here is you require some kind of an capability. See, learning generative AI, it's not that much easy, guys. So you have chosen generative AI as your career, or you want to move forward into generative AI. I don't think that you guys are going to be that much like a dumb students, which everything we have to spoon feed that, isn't it? So if I give some concept, so let us say some concept is there, some concept is not required in our generative AI, but if you want to understand the intuition of that, so I'll give you some resources, at least if you can understand them higher level, you need not to go deeper level into that. So ML and DL, you have to require a little bit a higher level conceptual understanding we require, guys. You need not to go deeper into them. Lower level, we need not to go for that. Little bit of Python is required, guys. Even if you don't have the idea about Python, no worries. I'm going to take care about this Python for first 10 days. I'm going to teach you the basics of Python, guys. Whatever the Python that is required for our machine learning concept, sorry, not for our generative AI models, I'm going to discuss about that. Slowly, guys, everything slowly, step by step only, we are going to teach you. I'm going to teach you, guys. I'll teach you some, I think some of you have heard about regular expressions. So we are going to start with something about regular expressions. And after that, some libraries called as NLTK, or some libraries called as which is going to be GenSim. All these are the first initially some kind of an NLP kind of a thing what we are going to work with them. I'll show you the example, guys. Mostly we'll work with the textual data. Most of the cases we are going to work with the textual data, because first of all, that particular model, the LLM model, has to understand what you are talking about. So previously when I asked that Copilot, can you draw an image of an which is going to be 25 years old Indian female with a smiling face? First of all, it has to understand what I'm talking about, isn't it? Simply if we take the text, that is not sufficient. It has to understand, okay, he's talking about drawing an image of Indian female. How it will understand all these things, we have to internally discuss about them. So it is all about the basic fundamentals, only from basic fundamentals. But along with that, here and there, I'm going to use some machine learning models, deep learning models, a little bit about transformers. Mainly the basic fundamentals start from which is going to be recurrent neural networks. If anyone has done the data science and all these things, they knows about that RNNs. First, they have to learn RNN and they have to understand the transformers. But as I'm saying that, only the conceptual understanding, how they works, what they will do, if you know that, that is sufficient, guys. Practically, we don't require any implementation of transformers. We don't require any which is going to be RNNs, what we are going to be required, guys. So I will take care about all that particular prerequisites, but some topics you have to learn. I'll explain them. You have to explore a little bit more about them. I will give you the resources. You should be in a position, if you have the capability to learn that whatever the concept I'm asking you to explore, that is sufficient. That is my main prerequisite to learn the generative AI, guys. Even if you have a zero knowledge also, not a problem. but you should be in a position to understand my concept. And this is not like an I don't say that concepts are going to be a little bit intermediate level, guys, not directly starting from the like a beginner level. Concepts I'm going to start from the scratch, guys, but learning should be a little bit intermediate level. You should be a little bit that much you should have the capability, guys. Like a dumb student or dumb candidate, I don't know anything, I can't learn anything, okay, I want to learn everything from my side, means that is not possible, guys, because it is a little bit higher level. Generative AI data science itself is higher level. So you should be in a position to understand the concepts what I'm explaining, and you should be in a position to learn or explore some topics which I'm going to recommend for the better understanding about these models, guys. That is what is my prerequisites. If you're already done, if some people, maybe some people has already done data science course, maybe some of your learners has already done the data science course earlier from my lectures, or somebody from different lectures, not a problem. If you already have an idea about data science, guys, like machine learning, deep learning, if you have the idea, then understanding this generative AI is very easy. Even if you don't done any course on the data science also, guys, not required, because data science is 6 months. Okay, if you want to learn generative AI, another 3 to 4 months, almost all 1 year it will complete, guys. So 1 year you have to spend on this, guys. So that's why you can avoid the data science concepts. Even if you don't have the idea about that, I will take care about that. So I have a 22 years of experience on that, completely on the training. So what level I can explain you to make you understand what level you require. So everything I have a complete experience on that. I'll guide you to learn. You have to just follow that particular concepts, guys. Okay. So anyhow, in coming classes, I'll give you a little bit more about this course content and all these things I'll tell you. Yes, Shiva, programming language, Python. Coming to programming language, it is going to be Python is going to be the basic requirements, guys. Okay. So that is going to be the one what we can say. I think multiple people are having the same questions. Okay. So what is the prerequisite to learn generative AI course? Same, Pavan. I think I have answered your question. Yes, as a data engineer, how generative AI helped me to integrate both data engineering and AI? I'll tell you, I'll explain. I think Maharana, I think so. Yeah. I'll explain them. It's a little bit too early to discuss, but please attend 1 or 2 classes. I will explain you like it's completely different, but nowadays generative AI is going to be getting integrated with almost all any kind of an domains, any kind of an applications. We are able to integrate them, guys. So we'll see about those applications in our coming classes, right? Do you have any pre-recorded classes? Yes, we have a pre-recorded classes are there. Currently, one batch is already going on in as part of DurgaSoft, currently going on. So you can ask them if you want to have any pre-record classes. And apart from that, these classes, these regular classes also, every day recording will be given to you. I'll tell you about more details about the course content and all these things. I will be teaching, I will be discussion about in the coming classes. I'll do it, guys. Are you going to get any printed notes? Okay, printed notes is not possible, but printed notes means I'm going to give some soft copies. And mainly, you know that, right? On data science and all these things, guys, we don't have any standard textbooks or anything like that. But I'm going to mostly depend on the blogs. So mostly on the blogs, and which is going to be references, I'm going to guide you. So using that particular PDF material, some PDF materials on different topics, I'm going to give you. So based on that only, we have to learn it, guys. We don't have any printed notes. I'm going to write the notes here, guys. Whatever the notes I write it here, every day I'll share the PDF file. That PDF file will come to you, and as well as whatever the program or whatever the practicals we are doing, that particular program and whatever the notes I'm writing here, I will be sharing every day-to-day basis. I'm going to share you it, guys. Okay. I'll tell you about yes, Kiran Kumar. What are the career opportunities? I'll tell you. Just give me 1 or 2 days of time. I'm going to tell you, guys. Yeah, it's completely online. Nowadays, everyone preferring online, guys. So no one is preferring to go for an offline, because main problem is time. So if you want to go for online training, it is going to be completely, technology has been improved, guys. Earlier, 4 or 5 years back, initially we also, when the COVID pandemic has started, initially we also worried about that. So how to conduct all these classes, but we are able to well organize all the classes online now. Everything is going online, guys. So mainly the money is getting saved, as well as obviously it is going to be time. I mean, time is going to be, guys. So if morning 6 o'clock, so immediately I can stay, I can wake up at 5 or 5:55, just get ready up and just sit before the system 5 minutes before. If it is an offline class, I have to travel, I have to get fresh up, I have to everything has to be done, and then I have to, which is going to be travel for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. At least 1 hour 2 hours are getting wasted every day. But now everyone is online, guys. Yes, we'll do some, we'll do projects, guys. We'll do a lot of projects we are going to do. So I'll tell you about all those things in coming classes. I'll tell you, guys. Okay. And Kiran Kumar, will DurgaSoft provides any opportunities or help to get? Absolutely. From my side, I help you guys, whatever the resources you require, whatever the concepts or whatever you require to crack an interview or getting a job. I'm going to guide you guys, and as well as any help or any resources if you want to get. So all that, the career advice or anything, you can ask me from my side. DurgaSoft does not provide anything such kind of a support. Everything is from my side only, guys. Okay, fine. It's a daily batch, Sagar. It's a daily. It's a weekdays batches. We have a weekend batches are also there. But as of now, this batch is 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. guys every day. 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, either 6 to 7, 7:15 sometimes. Hardly from 6 to 7:15 guys maximum, depending on the content and concepts. Maybe 1 hour or maybe 1 hour 15 minutes class it will take, guys. And the total topic, total duration will be somewhere around 3 to 4 months it will take. We'll say 3 months, guys, but 3 to 4 months it is going to take, guys. Okay. Yes. Pushparaj, it is 3 to 4 months of time. It's the batch timing, the course duration will be. That's it, guys. I think most of your questions has been got answered. You can see most of the questions. I think most of the questions is nothing but what is the prerequisites. I said that specifically there is no prerequisite. One thing is you should have the commitment for learning and capable to learn the generative AI. And I don't say that everything you have to learn. Maximum I'll try to explore them, guys. And I'm going to give you some guidance to learn some extra topics. Explore them, not extra topics, but explore them. I'll teach you 50% some topics, higher level. After that, if you want, we can go a little bit more details into that. So I'll guide you. I'll give all the resources so that you can learn something. If you have any questions, one advantage I can tell you guys, during the class, you can ask your doubts. So many of the training programs, they don't allow you to unmute yourself. You are not allowed to speak. Only you have to chat. Even that chat is also only I can see. That means only in other trainings I'm saying that. But today, if you can see, everyone can see whatever the questions they are asking about that. So that everyone comes to know about that, what I'm talking about. Okay, what I'm talking about. Everything is going to be, everyone knows about that. Everything is known about what type of questions the people are asking and what I'm talking about, sir. So you are feel free to, you are allowed to speak, you are allowed to text also, guys. In many of the training programs, you are not allowed to speak, you are not allowed to text. Even if you text it also, only the trainer can see, the organizer can see, remaining participant can't see them. Okay, so here it is not like that. You are absolutely allowed to unmute yourself in the first class itself. Absolutely, you are allowed to text, guys. Any lab coordination, absolutely. We'll do the lab coordination from my side only, but you will be having a particular group we are going to create, guys, a Telegram group. So instantly, when you have any questions or anything, you can feel free to discuss on that. But only thing is, immediately you may not. Maximum, I will monitor that. If anyone is asking the questions, I regularly monitor them. But whenever I was in classes, it may be a little bit delay response, but absolutely within a 30, 40 minutes, you'll get the response, guys. Sometimes instantly you'll get it. Sometimes it may take some delay. That's it. Because I may be busy with the classes. Sometimes when I was classes, I may not able to respond them. Some questions I immediately respond, but some type of questions I require some time. Okay. Right. So that's it, guys. I think most of your questions, whatever the question that has been posted in the chat. So I think, I hope I already answered many of the questions, guys. Still, if you have any questions in coming classes about the course duration, course curriculum, I will discuss in a couple of classes also, guys. Okay. So that's it from my side for the today's class, guys. And thanks all of you for attending this demo session, guys. And please attend next couple of classes free of cost. You can attend free of cost, guys. If you have any further doubts or any clarifications, you can just discuss over that particular. We can discuss over the time, and I'll clarify that before the main session starts. I'll clarify every question, guys, and so that you can start with your learning journey of generative AI, guys. Okay. Any more questions, guys? Anyone? If you have any more questions, if you have, I can answer them, and we can end up the session, guys. Shiva, yes, we have a morning batches are there, but recently it was started 7 a.m. But already the topics are already started. But absolutely regular batches will be there. I think morning. I think 7:30. I think 7:30 a.m. or something batch is started. I think so. But it's not my batch. It's another faculty member is there. Arjun Srikant is there. So you can just attend the demos from Arjun Srikant. Also, you can attend them. Okay. That's it. We have a regular classes, but I will not be available always, right? So my classes and other faculties also will be there. So if you want, you can search in the DurgaSoft about the morning 7:30 a.m. batch. Shiva. Okay, fine. Right. Okay. Any more questions, guys? Anyone? If you have any more questions, if you have, so you can just clarify them, and I'll clarify them, and we can end up the session for today.
Yeah, hi sir.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Abdul
Abdul. Yeah.
here
Yes,
from
Abdul.
UK.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I just need to know one thing.
Mhm.
This class regarding is does it matter for the do we have any skills apart from this, like we are from dev or QA background,
Mhm.
so is it going to be help us for this particular things,
No.
this particular course? Because
No.
are we able to if we will learn this one, so is it
Mm.
possible where we can able to implement in our existing day-to-day activity or something in that, or do we this is or only this is the one specific to only developer is going to be help this particular course or something?
It's not like that. Okay. Because okay, even the same question has been raised by somebody. Like, can you integrate the data engineering with generative AI? Now you are asking about Q&A, QA, or whether sorry, QA, and which is going to be whatever testing or whatever you're talking about that. So just give me 1 or 2 days of time. I can tell you like what kind of scenarios, what type of roles, what type of domains you can integrate this one, so that you will get some little bit more clarity about that. I'll discuss in a couple of classes. I'll discuss about them. So if you please don't mind, wait for a couple of days. So I guarantee that I will discuss a little bit more about those details in our coming classes in the demo sessions. I'll clarify them.
Sure. At the
Okay.
last one only, yeah. So
Yes.
like the time for in DurgaSoft, I can
Mm.
see that as you said, 6 to 7. Is there
Uh,
any possibilities where beyond that, like 7 to 8 or 8 to 9? Any institute
it
also
it
that's
will be
fine, but looking for that some convenient time because still we
uh,
are having some office time in this.
obviously. So it is because we right now see depends on what we will do is depending on more inquiries the people are asking. Generally, we'll schedule that. No doubt, it will take some time to start a new batches also. So just we have started this batch is fixed at 6 to 7 o'clock. So
Okay.
maybe another 15-20 days or something like that. Maybe another batch will starts. Maybe from my side or maybe some other faculty it will starts. But regularly from DurgaSoft it will start. Regular batches will be starting.
Yeah, sure. Actually,
Okay.
looking for like more than 7 or 7 to 8
Yeah.
or something like that. It
Okay.
would be better.
Just inform our backend team whenever any new batch will be there. They will update you regarding
Sure,
that.
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for the
Fine.
clarification.
Thanks, Abdul. Yeah. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys. Thanks all of you for attending the demo. Once again, thanks all of you once again for today, guys. And I hope you see you tomorrow at the same time with the same link, guys. Thanks all of you for today, guys.